And welcome back to Crypto Hulk, show number 2 for today. We had an open show where we discussed, let's say, purchasing gold, having it stored in a vault, Swiss bank accounts, starting a corporation, these kinds of things. Really exciting this year. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I know nothing about financial things at all. And I would be the absolute worst person. So if I tell you to buy something, whatever, don't do it. What an amazing open show, Hulk. That's what I'm here. Like, look, man, I was at one point in a master's of organizational leadership. I finished 7 out of 12 classes. I was on track to becoming a CEO of an organization. I chose to retire at that point, said, I think I'm done. And now I'm in the business of trying to make 69 people that are watching super rich. Okay. I will show you the steps that I take as I go on my journey. So I've already explained maybe I started an LLC. Maybe I've started purchasing gold with XRP and it's being held in Switzerland. I don't know. I don't give out personal business on the program. It's not important. What's important is you guys listen to the show, take notes, and know that I'm not paying no 30% fucking crypto tax. You got me fucked up. Okay, let's see what news we got here. MIT, what's some good stuff? I got a MIT, and God, there's a lot. I mean, I'm telling you, the news is unbelievable. I can't keep up with it. Like, there's no way this shit's going on for another 1, 2, 3 years. No way. Like, I was doing this show for 3 years. Like, this shit is getting crazy on how much I could do shows now that last 2 hours, 2.5. It's just there's so much stuff I can't report it all. That's why sometimes I'm just dropping the links. Drop a link. I can't go over 15 news articles in an hour. I mean, it would be crazy. So yeah, I just want you all to know, like, and if the exchange is shut down, I'm not tripping on that. Because in the future, you'll have a way to go from a hardware wallet directly to somewhere else and just bypass all the banks and the record keeping. I mean, and I'm not talking about evading taxes or nothing. I'm just saying you can just avoid a lot of dumb shit. So I don't need it. They can shut all the exchanges down now. I'm not tripping at all. Because this company that I just showed you, the Credit Suisse, the gold thing, whatever, I could pump 100 million bucks in there for my wallet. Not a big deal, right? I mean, if I had 100 million one day, I don't need a fucking exchange. I don't need to go to Coinbase. Say, oh, Coinbase, please don't tell the IRS. Fuck Coin. I'll just bypass all these motherfuckers and go straight to it for my wallet. But I always pay tax, and there's nothing that I do to try to avoid paying it. So just want to put that out there, a legal disclaimer, because all these little fuckheads are watching. All right, where do I want to start here? Okay. This is where we'll start. This is where we shall start. Mini deep dive this whole freaking show, man. Copy. Hold on, I'm doing a copy, paste, send. And there's your first one. Let me get back to where I'm supposed to be. Losing my. Okay, the European Central Bank calls for input to create digital Euro scheme rule book. Europe is going to be putting together right now crypto rules. Okay, they are hot on the trail. The European Central Bank is forming a working group that will consult in the creation of central bank digital currency rule book. The governments of Europe are going to make a CBDC. We don't know exactly what kind, but I'm going to show you who's going to make that fucking shit. Definitely certain on that. All potential digital European payments will have to comply with the set of rules created with on the rule book. So what? Starting in February, starting in, like, I don't know, 9 days from now, Europe will begin putting together all their crypto rules. Are you listening? And there's lots of different stakeholders here that are going to help do this. In December, the European Central Bank appointed Christian Schaefer to manage the digital euro scheme rulebook. So Christian Schaefer in Europe is now in charge of putting together all the crypto rules. I am excited. Okay. Here are the stakeholders that are going to be involved in making all these rules: banks, payment providers, as well as users of a potential digital users, such as consumers. Hello. So average people are now going to get put in this rule making committee. This is a big deal. Retailers, so small little shops, big corporations, and some bigs from small to medium enterprises. Okay. These members will be joined by the Euro staff. If you want to be a part of this, too late. The application's closed January 20th. Like, I think right now it's January 20th is tomorrow. If you're in Europe right now, today is your last day if you want to get in on becoming a part of the digital CBDC Euro. Okay. In November of 2022, the Euro started canvassing the payment industry experts for programmable money use case for retail payments. So people like you and me, they're looking into having programmable money. Right now, they're starting a 6-week market research program to invite CBDC market participants to submit technical design options. Okay. Now let's get into who possibly could be designing the CBDC in Europe. I just wonder who it could be, Crypto Hulk. Do you have any idea? Actually, no, I'm dumbfounded. I have no idea. But I know that the Tequila Fund 2 came through, and I appreciate the donation for that. And then you got good old Don Foley that realizes Crypto Hulk just saved me millions, perhaps hundreds of millions in his open show today. Thank you, Don. So let's now look. Kayaksa Bank and Amazon listen to make European Central Bank digital euro prototypes. Oh, so now we know who's going to make them. We also know Worldline will be making the peer-to-peer offline payments. I kind of read this one last week, but I'm reading again because I got other articles for it. And plus, it's just, I think we all need to hear this. It's some good news. The surprise inclusion is Amazon because of its American base. A key objective of a CBDC is to reduce the reliance on international payments firms. Well, Amazon is one of those, so is Visa and MasterCard, okay? But Amazon has a really compelling partner. You see, they're going to have Amazon work on this for a very, very important reason, everybody. And I'm showing you that right now. Well, isn't that some? Amazon is a Ripple partner. If I'm showing you a link right here, it's an Amazon web page. At the top of it, AWS partner profile Ripple. It talks about RippleNet, Ripple's X current program, Ripple's X Rapid, Ripple's X Via. It shows you the RippleNet use cases and the RippleNet members. Hoo-wee. Well, so that's pretty fucking amazing. That's why Crypto Hulk pretty much stays on Ripple. I don't talk about a lot of other cryptos, not because they're bad. It's just because I'm just dropping bombs and I'm trying to get rich. So Ripple, here's your next link right there. They're talking about CBDCs in Europe and this and that. Well, Digital Euro Association partners with Ripple. You know, I don't think it's a stretch of my imagination to think that Ripple, since it's popping up every single fucking place, I don't think it's a stretch to say that Ripple's going to be definitely one of them. It's going to be at least one. There's going to be others because Ripple can't do everything. But I just wanted to show new people that I don't care what the news says. I don't care what Gary Gensler is suing. I don't care whatever. I'm showing you just straight up facts. All Europe is going to get ran by Ripple. I'm just letting you know. You don't have to believe it, but you'll see it later. Okay. Now we got that done. Oh, you're going to love this one. Okay, get ready. Second mini deep dive shout out. Kabam! I'm going to go over this one. 1589 Cam. Thank you for that donation. Thanks, Hulk. You should charge at least $10 a month because that's still a drop in the bucket for what you provide. Best show by far. Yeah. Telling you, man. One day you guys are going to look back and say, fuck, dude, how in the world did I get the luxury of finding this program? I'm in such an awesome place right now. I'm not paying no 30% tax. These motherfuckers are high. I've got the best lawyers and the best plans to stay out of trouble. That damn Crypto Hulk channel, like, wow. If it wasn't for that channel, he wasn't trying to scam me with this and get me to buy art paintings and dumb shit like that. This dude's showing me how to make the money and keep all of it. That's what my program does. All right. The Singapore article. Singapore minister says regulating crypto legitimizes it. I'll repeat that. The Singapore prime minister, like the top person in Singapore, says that when crypto is regulated properly, when crypto is regulated properly, it makes it legitimate. And I totally agree. I'm not afraid of regulations. That's why I got Ripple, because Ripple always deals with the banks. And guess what? Banks deal with regulations. I never got into FTX. I wasn't like that guy, Bearable Bull, who was telling people to buy FTX. I got it on video. It's a fact. I'll play it again. I'll look for it again tonight, maybe, and I'll play it on my program. But I'm not like Bearable Bull. I'm going to tell you to buy scammy shit. No, we just stick with basics here. XRP, XLM, all the regulated stuff, not scammy shit like FTX. Let's see. He said, second paragraph, the Prime Minister of Singapore says there's no question about the need to regulate crypto because, we got money laundering and stuff. Third paragraph, the minister, who is also the chairman of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, believes if you start to regulate crypto in a similar way to the banks or insurance companies, that may not be the right path. I'd like this guy. He's a thinker, okay? See, Gary Gensler, he's not a thinker. Gary Gensler's got some kind of problem, okay? Gary thinks every crypto is like a security or something like. This guy here is telling us you don't want to treat all the cryptos like banks or insurance companies because they're different. But Gary doesn't see it that way because Gary's bought off and Gary's bribed. Here's what the governor guy says. I think we've got to take a step back and ask the basic philosophical question, does that legitimize something that's inherently purely speculative and in fact slightly crazy? Or are we better off just providing ultra clarity as to what's an unregulated market? One is where crypto or blockchain technology is used for the same activity. like traditional finance. In that case, exactly the same regulations will apply. But there's also a desire to regulate some specific crypto segments, stable coins in particular. On that point, and we're going to switch over here because I'm going to show you some major stuff. On that point, a stablecoin consultation opened by the Monetary Authority of Singapore last year also showed a departure from groupthink. What groupthink is, we learned this in business class at the master's level. It's you can't surround yourself with the people that are always thinking the same thing, and that they don't allow outside ideas to come in. You want outside ideas to come in so you can think differently in different ways. When Gary thinks that everything is a security, that's groupthink. And the governor of prime minister of Singapore knows different cryptos do different things, so they have to be regulated differently. So he also mentions in here about RTGS, real-time gross settlement. Down below here, he's talking about Project Ubin. He's talking about JP Morgan, DBS Bank, Project Dunbar. We've gone over a lot of these things. Federal Reserve Bank of New York was working with Singapore. Now we go to the next page. I'm going to show you a slide here. Oh God, this is a long quote. I don't know if that one's going to work. I'll have to chop it down if it doesn't work. So, yeah, I got to cut down the quote. Give me a second here. Because it has such a long address bar. I'm going to have to. Wait, there it is. How did it? Oh, wait, no, it's not that one. It's this one. I'm going to start from here. Damn, what the hell? Okay, I'm having a little bit of an issue. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, let me try something else. Let me sure hook this one. Okay, got it. Thank God. I don't know what that other link was. So let me refresh what we were talking about. A lot of stuff's going on in Davos, Switzerland. Okay, the top people in the world are at Switzerland determining what's going to happen to all of us. We started talking about the Singapore minister. He's saying he's very smart with crypto. He says we need to regulate it carefully. We don't treat all the cryptos the same. They're not all securities. You got to be conscious that you don't want to crush innovation and stuff. You start talking about different projects that are going on. What we got going on here is the Ripple is working with Singapore to launch an FX price engine with BNY Mellon. BNY Mellon is America's oldest bank. So when this prime minister is talking about the banking system and crypto and stable coins, he's not telling you they partnered with Ripple. A government partnered with Ripple. Got it? He's not saying that. But on my channel, this is what we know as fact. Okay? I just showed you right now. It's not my opinion. The next article, it deals with the same thing. Give me a second so I can copy and paste it. We also have the Federal Reserve Payments Pilot incorporates Ripple partner Volante Technologies. So, our United States government is working with Ripple to form CBDCs and stuff. If you look in the article, this original one, the Singapore Minister article, go back to that one and you scroll down to the last paragraph. It says, in collaboration with the Federal Reserve in New York. So you've got Singapore working with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and you got who's also working with Ripple. You got Singapore working with the United States Federal Reserve. Then you got Singapore working with Ripple, and then you got Ripple working with the United States Federal Reserve. Also, are you seeing a tie-in here? It's Ripple. Singapore is all about Ripple. They're all working together. It's very clear. Next, where are we at? Okay. Next mini deep dive. Let me get it set up. Oh, it was very interesting today on Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. He took one of my stories the other day and all my different links and put them on his show for today. So I did this show last night where I talked about MSF Africa, and all the links that I gave that didn't even relate to that article were just somehow on his show. So in one way, that's a kind of like a cheater. And another way, it's like these guys are watching my show. Now they're stealing my content, for crying out. The links that I provided had nothing to do together. I just picked them at random and just somehow they ended up on his show today. I just thought I'd put that out there. I think it was his first show. It could have been his second one, but I think it was his first show. I don't know. But it was definitely today's date, which was the 19th. Yeah, Thursday, January 19th. His show, he copied my content. I'm just like, my God, dude, are you that hard up to make good content? Because you think your content sucks or something? Like, I don't understand, but okay. So here's the first one. Bam, got it. Okay. MIT report. So here we go with one of the best colleges in the world. Massachusetts Institute of Technology report explores CBDC designs for financial inclusion. The MIT Digital Currency Initiative did a report on CBDCs, and they were looking at them. They're talking about intermediate. They plan to use intermediaries. Intermediaries are like people like Ripple or something, right? They're not going to just MIT's not going to make, or our government's not just going to make crypto on its own. They're going to need an intermediary. It's what it says. They're talking about. So, let me go to the bottom. The very last paragraph. Considering the rise of authoritarian regimes around the world, the acceleration of the surveillance state, and the increasing challenge of regulating the technology industry, it is far from self-evident that citizens should trust a CBDC. It looks to me like MIT, which is United States, we're not really digging the CBD stuff, okay? MIT is saying it's going to be like really bad in some countries. Like you almost have to have an honest country for a CBDC to work, and really there is none. So that's why it's all about control. when a government like China has a CBDC, now they got you by the balls, right? um, the report talks about MoneyGram and Western Union. I believe were at one point both Ripple partners. So let's see what the next link is. So relate this, Crypto Hulk, to something, and I'll be like, sure, why not? So here's what I'm going to relate this to. Here's a Ripple page, and the title is MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology adopts Ripple validator to advance consensus in blockchain research. In the very first paragraph, we read right in the middle, MIT is running a validator for the Ripple consensus ledger. You know what that means? Thousands of times a day since April 12th, 2016. Here we are 6 years later. For 6 years, MIT has been validating thousands of transactions a day. Did you know that? Now you do. Yeah. Hold on a sec. I know that the SEC also runs a validator. I don't have the article now. The SEC also is a validator on the Ripple network. What's funny is that the SEC is suing Ripple, while for the past 5 years, the SEC has been validating thousands of transactions on the XRP ledger every day for like 5 years. So they're like part of the problem, right? But they're suing Ripple, calling it a security, while they themselves are validating thousands of transactions per day. So here we're talking about MIT doing this. There's nothing but positivity. They love this program. They think it's working great. I'm not going to get too much into this article here, because you could read this on your own. I was using this more for like just reference material to show you that it's all Ripple, it's all XRP, it's all in there together. Let me check some comments. I'll go to my last. I got an article. Hold on. And then about 4, maybe 5 links to go with it. Okay. So 1 article and 5 links. Let me look at some comments and shit, spend a little bit of time, and then go to the last portion of the program. Volcanossi. The section, will Ripple lead the way, mentions Stellar Lumens compete. They don't compete. And that's what the article says, but they don't. They are blockchain bedfellows. Absolutely. You heard it here first. Jesus Lover, 7777. Hello, Doug. Marsha Bailey. Brad, are you tuned in? Oh, check it out. Another thing. I know Brad Garlinghouse was watching this show. Brad, I know he's watching the show. Hold on. Karam Hussein. Hi, Hulk. See you in Dubai at the end of this year. Hey, you never know, my friend. Well, I will go where the money flows. So, Brad Garlinghouse, I've been watching this guy for 3 years. Okay. He said something twice about a few days ago on one of those digital shows, digital commercial shows. You know what I'm talking about, Dumb and Dumber, digital commercial. I heard, okay, so I've taught you for like 3 years talking about United States code, okay? No other channel has been doing that because they have no clue. So I was telling you, stuff needs to be codified. We talked about Hammurabi's code from like 5,000 years ago. Uh, the United States justice system and all justice systems in the world go all the way back to Iraq, Mesopotamia, where there's a king called Hammurabi. I gave that history lesson for a fucking reason. So what he did, this king, is whatever rules were rule, they would carve them into stone and put them up along the castle or whatever, so people can read the rules that are codified. Then, when I was telling you about this, I said the SEC has nothing codified. Nobody knows what the rules are. That's not enforcement. That's called a fucking joke, okay? I said, if it's not in the United States code, it doesn't exist. I can buy crypto. The government can't stop me because there's no code. It's not codified. I said, when I worked law enforcement in California, I pulled somebody over, California vehicle code section. I'd have to use the vehicle code, like 22-349. If somebody's speeding, I'd cite on the ticket 22-349 CVC. Or if they maybe didn't have their license on them, 14-601, whatever it was. I'd have to use a code to bust them, okay? That's called codified. So I heard Brad Garlinghouse like 3 days ago, I think it was at Davos, but they were playing it on one of those digital commercial shows. And he said, the problem is we don't have anything codified. I'm like, what? And that's the first time I heard him say that. I can't remember his exact quote, but he said either there's no codification, there's no code. And I'm like, in the law, and I'm like, oh my God, I never heard him say that. And then 5 minutes later, he said it again, not 5 minutes, like a minute or two later, he said something else similar to codification. I'm like, dude, I wonder if he's been listening to my show. Because I've never heard him say, those are my words, you know? And when I heard him say that, I'm like, oh shit. I had one of those oh shit moments. I'm like, dude, I wonder if he's ever heard of the show, or he might, or somebody took that portion. So I've worked, okay, so new people, I've worked at the Department of Justice. I've worked at the state level Supreme Court. I've worked in probation, corrections, and law enforcement. Yeah. And some other stuff. I can't remember. It's been a lot of years. But Nicholas M., thanks for your donation to the channel. Interesting. I know it's totally, isn't it? Oh, Tequila Fun 2. I heard that clip. Yeah, so I was like, what? Dude, he's using that word codification. I never heard nobody in 3 years. I've heard any, even the lawyers. And I heard that, my ear goes, boo. My ears go, beep, like that. Like that crazy look I just made, right? Oh, Uddy to Earth. I thought the same at that moment. Dude, okay, so you guys know, you've heard me use that word and stuff, because nobody uses that. And then when you heard it, you're like, oh, Cryptoholic uses that word. Holy shit. It was a weird moment when I'm listening to that. Like, I'm like, damn, is my show really getting out there? But yeah. Okay, let me get back to where am I going? Oh yeah, I was reading comments. No definition, no codified lies, no tax. So that's another thing. Look, these other shows have you going to see Clinton Donnelly, the tax advisor. Look, we have no crypto regulations in our United States code. We have no crypto laws. We have no crypto definitions. We have no meaning of what's staking. So if you earned interest off staking, that's not even in the United States code. You cannot get taxed for that. Okay? These people are so fucking money hungry. I'm not going to mention names. We all know who these jackasses are. The lawyers, all the content providers. Everybody's making money off this. I'm trying to show you the truth. There's nothing in the United States. So how do you put something in the United States code, Cryptoholic? Well, let's go back to 9th grade when we learned about the legislative, maybe it's 8th grade or 7th. Now they're probably teaching it in 6th grade. So it's not that tough. And I don't need a law degree. It's called Congress makes these laws and definitions. They all agree. The president signs it. So that's called the executive branch. Remember that shit from school? And then the judicial branch interprets the law, interprets them. The IRS follows the interpretation of the judge so the IRS can make their policy. The IRS cannot tax you because there's no friggin' law. And no judge has interpreted any of this shit. So the IRS can. So why the fuck are you gonna go pay Clinton Donnelly? Does this make any fucking sense? The IRS has guidance based on law. Well, if you don't have a law to base your guidance on, you don't have any guidance or authority to tax. So technically, that's a civil rights violation, taxation without representation. And I yield my case, Your Honor. This whole YouTube platform is like fucking amateur night at the comedy club. It really is. These fucking dummies. All right, let's go with the next and the last article. Copy and paste. All right, this is a good one. Really good. UBS chair. UBS is like a bank, or okay. UBS chair says blockchain unstoppable. He basically says the blockchain ain't going away. Let's go down here. They're having a World Economic Forum event in Davos, as everybody knows. The chairman, his name is Colm Kelleher. He runs, what is this? UBS Bank. Third paragraph. I'm reading from the third paragraph. 2, 3. The bank has one of the longest, so UBS has one of the longest histories in blockchain technology. This UBS is a big, big deal. It initiated this massive thing called the utility settlement coin. When it first came out, I was reading through the news articles. Everybody's all afraid, oh, this is the Ripple killer. This is the Ripple killer. What a bunch of fucking morons. UBS Bank initiated the utility settlement coin, a settlement token backed by central bank reserves. Oh, that morphed into Finality. So the utility settlement coin turned into this other entity called Finality. That's FN without the I. FNALITY. So Finality then became owned by 17 different United Kingdom institutions like banks and shit. And these 17 institutions recognized as a systemically important payment system in the UK. The United Kingdom took this utility settlement coin that maybe a private bank used to own, broke it up into 17 banks taking part in this, so they all get their hands in the cookie jar, and then the UK government blesses it, gives its blessing, and calls it systemically important to England. This is massive, okay? Now, with that, I want you to wait for the next. I'm going to show you something here. So this is like a very massive news that happened, and it wasn't too long ago either. Check that article out. 7 leading banks join Ripple's global network. 2016 article. 7 banks. Here's some of the names: Santander, UniCredit, but UBS. UBS has been, I know somebody put it's based on Ethereum. If it was, it's not anymore, because back in 2016, UBS was a Ripple partner. So it wouldn't make, now maybe some of it is based on Ethereum, but for the past 6 years, UBS, who's speaking at Davos, who UBS started the utility coin, if it was before 2016, it very well could have been Ethereum. But from 2016 up, they kicked Ethereum to the curb. Now it's Ripple. I got the article right here that I just showed you to prove it. Not my opinion, just facts on Crypto Hulk Show. Okay. Next article. Let me see if it'll pull up. Okay, good. Here's the next one. And it goes with the UBS story. What we're looking at here is Finality website. Okay, that's the UBS morphed into Finality, and then Finality became part of that 17 country organization. I want you to scroll down where it says, okay, you're at the top, powering the future of finance together. Scroll down, you see like a big old blue and purple screen. Below that, it says about Finality. Scroll down, and you'll see kind of go down about 4 inches. Finality now boasts 17 major institutions. So that Finality is owned by 17 corporations. Let's hear those corporations. Banco Santander, Ripple partner out of Spain and Mexico. BNY Mellon. First off, Brad Garlinghouse married a BNY Mellon daughter. That's interesting. But BNY Mellon, we just went over earlier, is a Singapore partner. There are partners with all this stuff, and BNY Mellon is a Ripple partner. I believe Barclays could be a BNY Mellon, a Ripple partner as well, but you got Credit Suisse in here. The next one, Lloyd's Banking Group's all a part of this. Mizuho Financial Group, I think they're a Ripple partner. MUFG Bank in Japan, definitely a Ripple partner. Sumitomo Mitsui Banking, definitely a Ripple partner. State Street Corporation, definitely a Ripple partner. And UBS Bank is part of Finality, a Ripple partner for the past 6 years. How about them apples? But wait, there's more. Of course, we're almost done. I'm almost done dropping the facts on Crypto Hulk. So when your friends watch this program, there's no bullshit. They don't have to believe a fucking thing I say. They just don't want to see reality. That's what it is. They're too fucking butthurt from whatever crypto they fucked up and bought, or they got burned and lost money. And they're like, oh, Ripple's being sued. Blah, 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 blah. Well, then why do all these fucking banks, the biggest ones in the world, keep joining Ripple? Keep joining Ripple. Keep joining Ripple. Why aren't they joining your fucking business, dumbass? Because you're a fucking loser. That's what you tell your friends. It's pathetic how fucking stupid these critics are. I just bring straight facts. I don't need a fucking opinion. I got a brain, which is better than all of them. And I got facts that support every single fucking thing I say. Now, we're at a link called Euroclear. And Euroclear is pioneering in the digital ledger technology landscape with Finality. So Euroclear is a Finality partner, which is a Ripple partner. Scroll down a little bit. There's a paragraph right here. It says industry supported and central bank supervised. Go down to the second paragraph. It says, listen, The Bank of England recently announced the launch of a new omnibus account model to enable its real-time settlement RTGS. So now you got the Bank of England mixed up in this. Oh, wait. He didn't just say Bank of England, did he? Because there's also what you tell your friends. Bam. What is that? Well, shit, Crypto Hulk, that's a Bank of England website. What does it say in the lower than that? Ripple proof of concept. Well, how is this Ripple popping up in every single fucking bank? I thought it's illegal. I thought it's a security. Crypto Hulk, I don't understand why Ripple is tied in every single fucking bank when it's a security. And the answer is because you're fucking stupid because you watch the news and you don't watch Crypto Hulk. What is this proof of concept? Bank of England, we carried out a proof of concept, which is an experiment with Ripple to explore synchronizing, and they do real-time gross settlement. You saw in the article I just showed you before, it said Bank of England did RTGS. RTGS right here is real-time gross settlement, and they did it using Ripple Connect and the Interledger protocol. That's the XRP ledger. Oh, but Ripple's still being sued. I just don't understand. Well, it's going to be too late for your fucking ass understands. You're going to be a fucking broke dick. Strictly the facts on Crypto Hulk. Nobody can dispute anything I fucking say because I don't say anything. I just show facts. Okay. Last article, for proof. Bank of England. Now, here we go. 6 years ago, Bank of England scaling RTGS, real time gross settlement. If we scroll down, you have a little article on what is RTGS. It says a new real time gross settlement service for the United Kingdom, safeguarding stability and enabling innovation. The Bank of England sought to answer crucial questions about the bank's real time gross settlement service, asking for input from experts like Ripple. That's the very first two sentences. Look, why would the Bank of England go to Ripple as an expert to help them with processing payments when they're a fucking security, according to the SEC and Gary Gensler? You see how fake this whole trial is? Think about all the people on YouTube that are making these fucking programs, give me the latest updates with the Ripple trial. Dude, there's not even a trial. This is like straight fake out, and all these channels, all these fake crypto channels are being played like an 80-year-old hooker, okay? Oh, they run to the latest story when something comes out. Oh, latest breaking news with a trial. They are misguiding you by reporting this news because this trial doesn't even mean a thing at all. I'm showing you with every article. Ripple, every article I'm showing you, Ripple is a payments currency system. That's why the banks of the world get advice from Ripple. That's why the banks of the world, like Australia, Ripple has a headquarters in Sydney, Australia. Ripple helped write Australian crypto laws that are coming up. I've done article. They wouldn't do that if Ripple was a security. You see how this court trial is so fucking fake? And you're watching these other programs and they're telling you about the court trial. Dude, they're just telling you fake shit because they have no fucking idea. Top Auto Detailing. Holy hell, I caught the Hulk live. Whenever we are millionaires, I'm buying you some cigars and a full body wax job so you will be silky smooth, just like your money. Well, I'll take the cash and maybe we'll split $1,000 bottle of whiskey, all right? Something that was made like in the 1800s or something, or like the early 1900s. We'll be drinking 100-year-old whiskey. Let's see. Bank of England again. Yep. Jesus lover. Selling wolf tickets. God, that is true. But you can clearly that's why I did the show today, the first one on getting rich, and what some people are just gonna buy Swiss gold from a Swiss like type bank and bypass all the banks, you know? Switzerland's got a policy where they don't tell nobody nothing. Now, some people that don't watch my show, they'll end up paying 30% of their crypto in tax. Hey, that's great. Congratulations. Those people have to do that, so I don't have to legally. I'm grateful for them for giving up all their crypto so that I don't have to. It's a good, solid move. I love it. Oh, I wonder see there. Put that money into a speculative asset, set it and forget it. So there you have it. I think that'll be it. We're at 51 minutes. I've gone over a hell of a lot of information. A lot. Wait, a good old cross referencing of documents. Right. So when I teach on this program, I show you real world stuff. I speculate here and there, but not a whole lot because what I do is just show facts. And then that way nothing's in dispute on my show. I mean, it's really clear when I start popping up Ripple this, Ripple that, all in Europe. Do you think they're going chain link or something? Like, hell no. Show me a fucking chain link art. Show me 10 chain link articles about how it's being used and how they're partners with Bank of it. There's none of that shit. So I'll show the facts and I'll say it's pretty evident, like the euro, whatever is going to be made by XRP. And yes, it might involve XDC to do this, that. Yeah, but we're talking the main one. We already know. And that's why when I invested in crypto at first, I dumped everything into XRP. This was like when I first learned about crypto, 3 months in. 3 months in, and just dumped whatever cash I had into XRP. And then took a loan out from like a JP Wentworth and paid that shit off in like 2 years. Took me like 2 to 2.5 years to pay it off. So then you got these people on YouTube. Oh, don't ever take a loan, just dollar cost. Dude, fuck that dollar cost average dumb shit. I'm like, I need this XRP right away. Bam, I'll pay this loan off in 2.5 years. I don't give a fuck. Because one day I'm gonna have millions and millions and millions. Who cares about a fucking loan? But yeah. Rico Forest. Thank you, Hulk. Your content and your teaching are number one. Well, I don't make the show to be number two. I make it to be number one. Everyone, thanks everyone for your donation. That's funny. But yeah, I don't make the show to be number two because that's first loser of the contest. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna try to make a show tomorrow, and I'll see you then.